What does that deal smell like? Properties in Central Florida don't always have to be fabulous multi-million-dollar mansions. They can be condos, villas, and townhouses. And this is a great example of what a condo might look like, and then maybe what you could turn it into. So you've been on all of the realtor websites and you think you found the deal. Well, let's go behind the scenes and show you the deal. Here it is. What you can't see on camera, or rather what you can't smell on camera, is the unit. This happens a lot in the state of Florida. We get a lot of properties that people either move away from, don't want anything to do with anymore, or just don't have the resources to put into a unit like this to bring it back to life. But something like this can be a real gem of a find. And if you have the right realtor, they can turn this into something that's unbelievable. When you buy an investment property, you have to think like an investor. Remember, put on those rental goggles, and you have to be able to look past certain things. Fixtures, they might not be the latest and greatest. Maybe there's stains in the rug. Maybe the place needs a paint job, but all that stuff can be corrected. And it is absolutely amazing what you can turn these properties into. So when people first walk into a property, they concentrate on the colors of the walls. Maybe does it need new flooring? But you also have to pay special attention to the ceiling. There's a lot of stuff that a ceiling will tell us that we need to be cognizant of. One of the most overused terms in real estate, in my opinion, is that the property's got good bones. Sometimes when I hear that, I just cringe. But the reality is, a lot of these properties do have good bones. And if you have an educated and seasoned realtor, they can see past the wall color, the fixtures in the property, and they probably have a good resource for you to be able to come in and reimagine your property. Now, a place like this, there's a lot of opportunity here, and for the right investor, it could be the one that makes the most sense. Have you ever opened up that perfect listing and then you think to yourself, how come there's not more pictures, or what's it really like there? It's always my suggestion to say, let's go take a look at it. And if you're out of state, I'm happy to do that for you as well. You can't always hear road noise, and you certainly need to make sure what you're buying doesn't have stains on the carpet or gives you a good idea of how much you want to spend on reimagination of the property. So you worked really hard and you found the perfect property, but it was a property that needed a little bit of work. Well, guess what? We can put you in touch with the people who can make your ideas and dreams come to life. Take a look at what these folks did with their unit. The cabinets in this unit were in great shape. So instead of buying a brand new kitchen cabinet set, they went ahead and painted the cabinets and added new fixtures. It looks out of this world. And with a great countertop and a full-on backsplash, you get that custom look that you're going for. So you bought the property that needed a little bit of work. Well, where do you put the majority of your budget? Think about flooring, that's important, and about paint. But these folks also decided to accent their ceilings, and they did a great job using the shiplap and some of the beamwork here to create a very cozy and custom environment. Now, a lot of folks who buy villa properties here in Central Florida think about renting them out when they're not here. And it's the pictures that really make these properties pop and make them more rentable. Can you imagine this picture being on your rental website, and what folks wouldn't love to spend a night in here? Sometimes investment properties can be all about the wows, and especially a shower and bathroom scenario. This bathroom is set up with a lot of wows. Actually, it's engineered for some folks with disabilities, which potentially could make it more rentable. Always stuff to think about when you're spending this much money on a remodel. I get asked a lot of times by my clients, what's gonna help me rent more? I'm gonna let you in on a little bit of the lingo that we use in our business. It's called heads in beds. How many more people can I fit into my property, giving them enough places to sleep? This property had a certain occupancy number that they could accommodate, but with a good engineering use of space, they've changed that whole dynamic. One thing that gets overlooked a lot of times in the refurbishment process is the bathrooms. People forget about them, but it can be one of the most important renting points of your entire property. Take the time, spend a little money, whether it's a new shower curtain, upgrading the tiles, or maybe an accent wall with some shiplap. At least change the mirror, and sometimes you can even get the vanity painted for cheap, but you'll be surprised the mileage you get out of a clean and fresh restroom. I'm absolutely in awe when I see one of these projects comes together. The attention to detail, the color palettes, all the things that make something like this pop. Now, these clients are actually going to use it as a residence in the wintertime. So they chose these things and probably spent a little extra money making sure this was very cozy and right up to what they wanted. Now, does every rental property need to have all these different accents done? Probably not. There is actually a point of diminishing returns, but a property like this, done correctly, will stand the test of time. And the benefit to these owners is eventually you will be able to get your monies out of a property like this, whether it's someone who's looking not to do the work in the future, or it's someone to keep it in a rental program. But properties like this, with the right color palettes, the right materials, absolutely give you a great bang for your buck. Sometimes where you start isn't always where you finish. There's some folks who want a completely refurbished and reimagined property, and there's folks who are willing to go down the road of putting it together themselves. Wherever you are in your process, I and my team are happy to help you get there and make your dreams come true.